Hello, everyone. Salut tout le monde. Today's guest I've been knowing for years, not just as a collaborator, but also as a friend. Before he stand behind the camera, he used to spend decades standing in ICU. Now, he said, I never quit medicine, but just retired. Okay, he stopped giving prescriptions. He's giving photos right now. He never chases money, but meaning. Now he enjoys his second life in photograph. Who is this person? Welcome, my friend, Rachel Hall.
Thank you, Joy.
So how are you, Richard?
I'm well.
How's the weather today?
Too cold. I hate winter.
So you have to be prepared. Actually, it's 6 months in the winter in Canada right now.
Yeah.
It is too brutal. Well, Richard, thanks to come to my podcast. I know you are very busy because now you are a very successful photographer. So, Richard, a lot of young people have a lot of questions for you today, and at least several questions to ask you today. Will you able to answer some questions?
Sure.
Okay. Richard, how do you introduce yourself to the audience right now today? Is it doctor or is the photographer? Which one? Or both?
Probably both, but I function now most as a photographer, so I go under the name, Richard is my full name, and Sleep Dog is the
Yeah, why sleep
handle.
dog?
I used to put people to sleep, and I'm a doctor, doc.
So what did you do when you were a doctor?
I worked in the intensive care units, in the adult intensive care units, here in Halifax, and I worked in the cardiovascular ICU and cardiovascular ORs as an anesthetist.
So so there's a second chance you can live your life again. Will you choose become a photographer in the beginning or you still want to be a doctor?
Still want to be a doctor.
Wow, what's the reason for that, actually? We just know doctor probably is because the stable life or because something else.
It's the best job in the world.
Why so?
There is nothing like the feeling you get when somebody says thank you for what you saved my son's life. Just
Wow.
That tops everything.
So here the meaning is you want to save life for people. So you definitely know you like to help people. So I believe photograph can give you something different. So why do you want to purchase the dream photograph?
Well, I've always had an interest, and in photography, I just never had time.
Mm-hmm.
But I love meeting people,
Mm-hmm.
and on occasion, I like to help people. So if taking a picture helps them fulfill their dreams, then I'm very happy to do that.
So you helped people build their confidence through the photo?
Yes. Yeah.
So how do you feel about when people see the photos looks so much different or beautiful and they give you compliment? How do you feel about that moment?
Again, it's a charge. I feel great.
Mm-hmm.
I'd like to say it happens every time, but it doesn't. But when it does, it's all you could ask for.
So that's the thing in common. So the doctor, you save life, people will feel happy. For the photograph, you capture the moment of the happiness and beauty of the person, and people feel happy and make you feel fulfilled. So other than that, can you give some like similarity or something pretty different that medicine cannot give to you, but a photograph can give to you?
Well, people in the arts have a very different way of thinking about things.
What do you mean?
Well, medicine's pretty concrete thinking. This is the way we do it, and this is the way we've always done it. But the arts are just the opposite. They're very abstract, and so it's a different way of thinking about how the world works, and I find it intriguing.
Well, welcome to the artist world. Yeah. So let's move on to the next question. This is an interesting question. Can a young Richard Holm imagine how you succeed today? Or can he believe you pursue the photograph, become a photographer today?
I didn't give it a lot of thought when I was, for the first 20 or so years. I was
So you has always been thinking about you will have this dream fulfilled.
But when I knew I was going to retire, I knew photography was what I wanted to do in my time. So as I was getting ready to retire, I began to acquire some photographic gear and some lenses and that sort of thing so that I could hit the ground running when I retired.
So if young people ask you today, because a lot of young people today are stuck in their kind of work, they have those kind of dream want to come true. So will you suggest them to say, okay, your passion can delay, but you just never forgo? Will you suggest them to do that?
Oh, yeah. Well, I think, this is the gray hair talking, but I think if you have a passion for something, you should pursue it. As you know, it's not possible for everybody to do that, or not to the same extent as they might like, but that's what will fulfill, that's what makes you feel good.
Yeah. So you collaborate with a lot of models, definitely. So if the model first come to you, he or she or they never know you as a person, never knows you as a photographer, how do you let them get into the mode, get into the project? If they feel shy, how do you open them up?
Well, before I do anything, I tell them that we're here to have fun. We're not going to be on Vogue.
That's what I remember, actually. The first time I was on the beach with you, was taking the photo, I was kind of nervous at that day. But I remember you said, we don't care about the result. We care about making connections.
Yeah.
That's very important.
And so we're here to have fun. If we get a few pictures that we like, then we've done our job. Tell me a little bit about yourself so I have some understanding of where you're coming from. And we go from there.
Yeah. So I was very interested in this picture, actually. Definitely there's some other photographer taken for you. Yeah. So can you tell us about the story behind it?
Well, I was at a photographic workshop in Prince Edward Island.
So in PEI?
On PEI. And it was a portraiture photographer's workshop. And there were a number of other very good photographers from across the country. Dave Broshaw does workshops. He's an internationally known photographer. So he helped. He puts these on. And one of the photographers there was a lady by the name of Liz, Lys Olson, Ohlson. She's an excellent photographer. And she asked me if she could take my picture. And that's the picture.
Yeah, this is an awesome picture, man. That help you to increase your social connection, because this is very professional. Yeah. So speaking to the photographer journey, I believe when you first come to in this world, you feel unfamiliar. Who is your mentor and how this person helped you get there?
Well, when I first started, I joined a camera club, Sackville Photography Club. And one of the things that was being suggested at the time was to find a mentor. And through a comedy of errors, I ended up with a couple of models in Annapolis, and we were doing sunflowers. It was my first photo shoot. I'd never done anything like this before. And then my car broke down.
Your car broke down?
And it couldn't start it. And there was an elderly gentleman I say elderly, 55 or so, but with a long gray beard. And he said, "Can I help you?" And I said, "Oh, yeah, you can help me." And we started the car. But turns out he was a photographer.
Oh.
And his name is Ed Dawson. And Ed knows everybody in Nova Scotia and where everything is in Nova Scotia, what events are going on, when they're going on, and his mantra is, we'll shoot anything that stands in front of a camera. So I asked him, when I knew I needed a mentor, I asked him if he would do that. And he agreed. He graciously agreed. And he introduced me to every genre of photography, from portraits to landscape to sports to macro, you name it, and we shot it. And through him, I learned techniques and how to use the camera and what to expect from a lens or whatever. So that's how it started. And I'm forever grateful to Ed, because at the end of the day, I kept asking myself, this would look better if there was a person in the camera in front of it, a landscape or whatever. And so eventually, through exposure to all the genres, I focused on portraits. I'm the kind of guy that likes to know an awful lot about something, like portraiture, as opposed to a generalist which likes, anything and everywhere. So I tried to focus on being a portrait photographer, and that's what my journey's been.
And so you have a mentor. Now, do you want to be a mentor, and are you mentoring other photographers right now?
Not on a continuous basis, but I do provide advice to some people when they ask me. Some of the models want to be photographers, and they have questions about cameras and angles and how that works. And I'm happy to help.
So what other resources do you use to improve your technique skills in camera, lens, the light, and also the editing? So what resources are you using?
Well, a number, but mostly, first of all, I'm self-taught.
So you are self-taught, so you must have a strong learning ability in this area.
It comes with being a doctor. There's a continuous learning experience. And I, for the most part, I learned through online courses.
Online courses.
When the camera club had events, I would go to the events. And of course, Ed was taking me all over the province, photographing things. So it's a combination of things. But I've not had any formal training. I go to workshops like the one I mentioned in PEI, but I've never taken a course like an NSCC or anything like that.
It's kind of expensive for the photograph journey, isn't it? Because you say the equipment, and you also have to buy lots of software upgrade. And definitely Richard has so many computers at his place right now to store the images. So those kind of expenses, I believe that can be a burden for the young people to pursue this dream. So what's the advice you can give to them if you have one?
Well, first of all, it doesn't matter what the camera is. It matters what's in front of the camera.
In front of the camera, the models?
No, the glass.
The glass, okay. The lens, okay.
So if you're going to spend money on lenses, because that'll give you a better quality image overall. Look for secondhand gear. There are lots of sites that provide it. And usually you can pick reasonably priced gear up secondhand. Obviously, with any secondhand equipment, there's a chance that it's not as good as it was advertised. But yeah, in general, you can pick up used lenses. You can pick up used camera gear online or through the Sackville Photography Club or whatever. I wouldn't suggest you go out and buy 1,000 things all at once, which is what I did because I didn't know what I was going to be doing. When you find an area that's of particular interest in you, hone down, get the lenses that that are most appropriate for that kind of work, and build your armamentarium up slowly.
Mm-hmm.
And I've got a lot of gear. We call it gear acquisition syndrome.
It's like we have shopping problems. Sometimes Richard has shopping problem as well. He bought lots of good equipment at his place right now.
But I will tell you, it's not the gear that makes the picture, it's the person in front of the lens.
The lens is the most important thing, and also the model.
Yes, yes.
Oh, speaking to the model, Richard, you've been invited to lots of events, and how do you feel about those events? And who is your favorite model? No
You
offense.
already know that.
I don't know that.
You and I have been on many shoots together. It's always a fun time, and you're an excellent model, so it makes it easy. We just pick a place, we decide what we want to do, and away we go. It's great fun.
So what is your next project looks like? And for people who want to collaborate with you, so what do you expect from those models?
Well, I'm always open to suggestions. So that's how some ideas are formulated. There are holiday seasons, and I have a small studio, so if somebody wants to do something around St. Patrick's Day, which is, for example, what's going to happen on Saturday, then we come up with some ideas around St. Patrick's, and the props and that sort of stuff are all collected and we're ready to go.
Mm-hmm.
I like it when we can get outside, when the weather is better.
You have to wait another 3 months.
Yeah.
Unfortunately, I only have 3 or 4 months is shootable outside in Canada.
So there are a number of places you can go, and I like to be outdoors. I like to go to unique places if we can find them, and then develop the scenario with the model.
Yeah, what is your best memory, like the moment you feel you want to share to the public when you're shooting photos?
That's a difficult question to answer because there have been several.
Give one.
Well, some people have never had their picture taken in a professional way.
Mm-hmm.
And I remember one model, she was very nervous. She had never had her picture taken, but she was interested in becoming a model. And so I took a couple of pictures of her, and they were reasonable pictures. And she saw them and said, "Oh my God!"
That's to capture the beauty of it.
Yeah.
And lots of people so I don't know what to say. So people feel like have no confidence. Sometimes feel like I have to be a certain type of people look good in the photos. Is that true, Richard, for you, or everybody can be a model?
Everybody can be a model. We all have a beauty, and I know beauty is often defined as what you see in the front of a Vogue, for example, but that's not how I see beauty. I see beauty in the person and how they interact and their expressions, and how they present themselves. I see beauty in all of that. I don't, I see true plus size models. I think everybody has an opportunity. I don't restrict what I shoot. If it's a portrait, I'll shoot for anybody.
But people go for your website, find most models are women. Richard, do you welcome men?
Oh yes. Yeah, it's a question of opportunity and availability. The most opportunity to meet people that I have is through a collection of photographers, makeup artists, and models called Photo Walk Atlantic.
Mm-hmm.
And we get together on a regular basis, and there'll be models and there'll be photographers, and they rotate among each other. So you get to meet a number of models, and you get to meet a number, other photographers. But the number of male subjects who show up to those shoots is very, very small.
And what's the reason for that?
I actually don't know. I think perhaps there's a lack of understanding about how you can go about that. I think some people may be intimidated. Now, I've shot male models, have absolutely no hesitation to do so. But it's a little different technique than you see for a female model. But I have no hesitation when somebody says it. But it really comes down to not knowing where they are, or them not knowing that I'm available. And when we can connect, it works great.
How to reach out to you, actually?
Well, I have a portfolio that you have kind of created. And you can find me on Instagram or on Facebook.
Email?
Yeah.
Phone?
sleepdog4255@yahoo.com.
Sure. And for people who never knows your style for a photograph, so can you kind of give them some idea about your style?
I have no idea what my style is. You would know better than I do what my style is. You see, yes, there are some photographers that you can just say, yeah, that's so-and-so's work. I'm not that, I don't know, I don't think I'm that good at that people could just say, oh, yeah, that's his work. I'm all over the place in terms of themes and stuff like that, so.
How about your editing style?
Dark.
Dark.
Yeah.
Why darker?
Because I like what comes out in the shadows. The colors come out in the shadows. The expressions get accentuated with shadows. So I tend to be a bit dark.
A bit darker. Okay. I think I've been asked lots of questions. Yeah. How do you feel about today's like the world and also your life right now as a photographer?
Well, first of all, professionally, I did everything I wanted to do. So I have no regrets about what I may have missed as a practicing physician. Everything I wanted to accomplish when I was 20 years old, I did. So that part of me is behind.
Congratulations.
That part of me is behind. So right now, I'm just trying to perfect the way in which I do what I do. Hopefully, there's some growth over time.
Okay, so what is your next goal for the photograph right now? I know you have lots of publications there, which is good. So my publications.
Well, I would like to get published two things. I'd like to win a photo contest.
Photo contest?
Yeah, because that is an affirmation of the kind of work that you're doing. And I'd like to get published in a higher-end magazine, but that has turned out to be quite challenging because the way in which you can submit images is not very clear to me. I haven't been able to discover that.
Yeah, sometimes it's hard. They want a certain type of photographer and also the model. Yeah, that's also the topics. It's very difficult. But Richard, I believe you'll be able to do that because you have lots of good models. And I believe Dave is the first model for the publication, and he's a male actually. So boys, come to reach out Dr. Ho. He is very good at photograph. And I remember I did that photos in the beach. Richard, can you pass that photo? Yes, I remember this is the photo we took on the beach, and that day it was very nice because basically it's just captured the real life of me doing some yoga on the beach, and we get it published to the magazine. And this is a very nice photo. I really like it. Bring lots of memories. And summer is way too short. When I look at those photos, I feel extremely happy. And Richard, we have shared a lot of good memories. So personally speaking, which event do you like when I invite you to go? Which event do you feel is most connected or happiness?
I'm not sure how to answer that because I enjoy every
Event I invite you.
event. Yeah. First of all, she drags me along to just about all of her life events.
The fashion show and the public speaking, my graduation ceremony. Sometimes take 8 hours for the whole day for the photo walk. Yeah.
So I enjoy any event that allows me to capture somebody's moment. That's fun to do.
Yeah. Well, that's the end of it. And thanks everyone for listening for this episode. And you know how to reach out to Dr. Richard Holt right now. And he is welcoming for all the photo suggestions. And also he wanted to do collaboration with the commercial as well. So if you have a good project, you can ask him to do that. We did one in the lavender shoot. It was a good commercial for the lavender land. So if other brand want to come to reach out Dr. Holt, please feel welcome to reach out him on Instagram, also maybe on LinkedIn, Facebook, and email. You can find him anywhere you can find him, and he will show up in lots of events. And also you can find me on LinkedIn, on Instagram, and also on my YouTube channel. And yeah, that's end of it. Thanks for listening, and hope I can see you in next episode. We will have a next guest who will be another awesome talent. Yeah, thanks for listening.
Thanks, Joy.
Thank you, Dr. Richard Hall. Have a nice day.